Okay guys, in today's lesson we are going to take a look at how to install WordPress on Xampp Server. And if you have watched the previous video on how to install Xampp on your PC, which helped us to have this Xampp control panel here as you can see on the screen. But in case you don't know how to bring this up to your screen, just go to your search input here and search for Xampp. Then you will see the control panel. Just launch it and it will pop up here on your screen. So to continue with our WordPress installation, now we are here. Let's use that opportunity to switch on our server. And you already know from the previous video that we'll be working with Apache and MySQL. So for that, we are going to start Apache and come down again on MySQL and start it. Now that they are both on, then go directly to any browser of your choice and type wordpress.org. Now you can click on Get WordPress. So now on this page, you will select to download the latest version of WordPress by clicking on Download WordPress here on this button. So now if you go to your Downloads folder, you will see the WordPress zip file here. Now I am going to go into the folder of that Xampp by coming to my C drive here on my Windows C drive. I will double click to launch it open. So inside it here, you will see the Xampp folder. Double click to launch it open. And the file we are looking for inside it is called htdocs. So it's a very important folder that you have to remember. Double click to launch it open. So inside it, we are going to delete all these folders and files inside here, inside htdocs. Remember, it's inside htdocs. Okay. So I will select all of them and delete them. So now that I have deleted all the files inside my htdocs folder here in Xampp, then I'm going to copy that WordPress file we downloaded to paste it inside here in this htdocs. So to do that, I'm going to open my downloads folder. So here is my downloads folder. So you can right click and copy or cut it. So I'm going to cut it. Then come inside the htdocs folder and paste it. Now you can see the WordPress zip file here in your htdocs folder. So just click and select it. Then click on extract all here. Leave it the way it is and click on extract. So now the WordPress file has finished extracting from the zip folder. That is why you can see the two of the folder. So the zip folder, we don't need it again. So we are going to delete it. So for that, I'm going to select it and click up here, delete, and delete it. Now it is left with the open WordPress folder. So if you double click on the WordPress folder, you will see another WordPress folder. If you double click it again, you go inside it, you see most of the WordPress files and folders you will be installing on your server. And these files, we will install it directly in our htdocs folder. So for that, I'm going to select all these files by clicking on the first one, then come down, hold the shift key on my keyboard and click on the last one. Then they will all be selected. Now I'm going to copy them. I copy them. Then I go back to my htdocs folder. Inside here, directly inside htdocs folder, that is where I will paste those WordPress files I have just copied. So for that, I'm going to click up here, which is paste, to paste it. Then you wait from few seconds to few minutes for it to finish pasting. As you can see, it's going on now. So now after pasting it here, we don't have need of this WordPress 631 folder again. So for that, we are going to click on it and click on delete. And now that it has been deleted, you can see that we are left with the WordPress installation files and folders here in our htdocs folder. So now the next thing we are going to do is to go to our browser and we can continue our WordPress installation from there in our browser. So we go to our browser now, and remember that we are using Xampp, which is a local server. That is where we installed our WordPress. And for that, we are going to access it through localhost. So here in your browser, you type localhost, then hit enter. Then you'll be brought to the WordPress installation page. From here, we will continue with our WordPress installation. I will choose English as the language and click on continue. So here on this next page, you will see it says welcome to WordPress. Before getting started, you will need to know the following items, which is database name, database username, database password, database host, and table prefix. So how do we do about this? Then first, we have to click on let's go. So here, as you can see, you will have to come up with your database name, username, password, and database host. And the host has already been localhost. So we need the database name and username and password. To do that, launch the Xampp control panel. So here is our Xampp control panel. We have to first of all switch Apache and MySQL files on. We come here under Apache and click on Start. Now Apache is running. Then we come down under MySQL and click on Start also. So next, you come here and click on Admin. Here on MySQL section, you click on Admin. Then you'll be brought to your PHP dashboard. Here, if you look by the left here, you will see about 5 databases already here. So these ones are default databases that came with this PHP You don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to edit or update it. Just leave them as they are. So like I explained earlier, that we need the database name, username, and password. So for that, we are going to start with username and password first. And to start with that, in our PHP we are going to come up here and click on user accounts. So now come down here and click on add user accounts. Here in the first input, which is the username input, you can come up with username, or for example, you use your name or whichever name. So I'm going to use my name for this example, Chinedu. In the host name, you're going to type localhost. Then you come up with your password. So in the password section, I'm going to say something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in your own case, it might be advisable to come up with a meaningful and strong password. Okay. Then come down here and retype your password. After that, come down under global privileges and click on check all. Then come down again and click on go. Now we have created a user account. So let's go back to our WordPress configuration setup. Here in the username input, you add your username, the username we just created now. Then in the password section, you add your password 345, and the localhost, let it be so. Why the table prefix should also be left so. Now left the database name. So for that, we are going to go back to our PHP again. So here on PHP we are going to go to the left panel here and click on new. Then come up with the name of our database. So in this case, you can use abbreviation, like for example, you want to say WordPress, you can say WP, or you can write it WordPress. And don't forget, maybe should in case you want to use 2 words, like for example, WordPress tutorial. If you look here, there is space between WordPress and the tutorial, and that space is not allowed in creating database. So instead of that, you use underscore, just as you can see here, underscore, to join the 2 words together. But I will leave my own on one word, simple WordPress. So after you must have come up with the name of your database, then you click on create. So now you have created a database with the name of WordPress, which you can see here by the left panel here. But in case for any reasons you make a mistake and you want to drop or delete your database, so for that, you come here, you see this sign here in the middle. It is called database operations. So click on it, you'll be taken to this place. So just come down and click on drop the database. Then the database will be deleted. So now that you have created a name for your database, which is given as WordPress, we are now going to go back to our WordPress configuration setup. So here on our WordPress configuration setup, we are going to add the name here, WordPress, the name of the database we have just created. So if the name of your own is not WordPress, then you add the name here, okay? So perfect. So now that we are done with submitting our database name, username, and password, so we have to move ahead by clicking on submit. So if everything went well, you'll be brought to this place. So click on this, run the installation. The information needed here is the site title, the title of your site, your username and password. This username and password will be different from the one you created before, from the one you created in your database. So this one you are going to come up with here is going to be the one you are going to use to log on to the back end, which is the dashboard of your WordPress website. So now here in the site title, you can come up with anything for the title of your website. For example, if you're creating a personal profile website, you can add your real name. Let's say, for example, it's a dentist website. So for example, I would say maybe Chinedu Dental Services. But this, you can always edit it anytime from your WordPress dashboard. So now we are going to come down on the username and come up with a username that we can use to log on to our WordPress backend, which is our WordPress dashboard. So I'm going to come up with a username. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to say admin, but I advise don't use anything related to admin, both in your username and in your password. So, but I'm just using this because this is a tutorial. Then down here, you come up with a strong password that will be hard for people to guess, and that will be the password you will use to log in to the back end of your website, including your username. Then you can come down here and add your email address. Then after that, come down here on the search engine visibility. Then in a proper WordPress website that is online, when you are beginning with creating your website, you can check this to discourage search engines from indexing it. But after you must have finished creating and designing your website, you can uncheck it. But this one is local. It doesn't mean anything. Even if I check it or uncheck it, search engines will not see it because it's not live on the internet. So I'll just leave it like that. Then come down here and click on install WordPress. So now, as you can see, once everything is done perfectly, you'll be brought to this page which will say success. WordPress has been installed. Thank you and enjoy. Now you have installed WordPress to your server. So the next thing you're going to do is for you to log on to your WordPress dashboard so you can be able to access the required tools you can use to continue creating your website with WordPress. So to do that, remember your username is admin and you know what your password is. So all you need to do is, for example, you can click on login here and go directly to the login interface. You launch a new tab. Then, like usual, you go to localhost. So now, after the localhost, type /, then wp #admin, enter. Then you will be brought directly to your WordPress dashboard login interface. Then, of which, if you see in the WordPress installation page, that once you click on this login, you will be also taken directly to the login interface of your dashboard, of your WordPress dashboard. So we are here now. Now you're going to log in with your username and password. So, like you know that my username is admin, come down to the password, you come up with your password and click on login. Yes, welcome to WordPress. So you have finally completed the downloading and installing of WordPress to your server. So now to see what your website looks like, you come up here where the title of your website is. You can see visit sites. You just click on it. Then this will be the skeletal body of your website with the default WordPress theme. Doesn't really look nice, but once you continue to work on it, you can decide on which theme you want to use and how the design will look like. And that will be what you will do from here through your WordPress dashboard, which is the back end of your website. So let's say you have finished your project today and you want to continue tomorrow. And for that, you want to log out from your dashboard. So how to do that? You bring your mouse here, then you can come down and click on log out. That is how you log out from your WordPress dashboard. So that will be the end of this video on how to download and install WordPress on your local server, which is your Xampp localhost on your PC. And if you have questions, you can also drop it in the comment section and I will do my best to answer them at the best of my capacity. And otherwise, like and share this video and follow this page for more content like this. So that being said, thank you for watching and see you guys in the next videos.